Welcome to the Chat with the Superintendent webinar. Today's topics are back to school and the district's strategic plan and goals. My name is Jackie Tisdale. I'll be your moderator for today's webinar. First, I want to go over a couple of procedures. If you have not joined us for a webinar before, it is 30 minutes in length. That includes a presentation and a Q&A session at the end. All microphones are muted except for our presenters. And you can use your question and chat module to type questions and submit those to the moderator. And we will have time at the end of the presentation to ask those questions to our presenters. We are recording the webinar, and it'll be archived on our website, so you can view the presentation and the recorded webinar at a later date. Today's panelists are our Superintendent, David Alexander, and our Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Denise Graves. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Superintendent Alexander.
Thank you, Jackie. It is great to get to spend some time with you. I appreciate any of you that were able to join us here for the live webinar, and I certainly want to thank any of you that join us on the recorded version later on. I thank you for taking the time to get ready with us as we prepare for teachers starting back in a formal sort of way. We know our teachers have been working hard off and on all summer long, as well as our entire staff here to get school ready for next year. And we know our students will be landing with us next Wednesday for their first day of school. And so as such, we just kind of want to give you some information about, we're winding down the summer. I know the summer is always a good time for everybody to reconnect in families. Not that we don't connect during the year, but you get those special times, those special memories and vacations. I know now you're getting geared up, all of you out there, for this first day of school, getting the uniforms out, the proper dress out, and looking out there at finding those school supplies, asking questions about lists, attending prep weeks, all those things that we do to make our very first day of school as a high-quality experience as we can possibly make it. We want each and every day our children show up, that something purposeful and productive happens. And we know that requires your partnership with us, too, in being ready for that first day of school. We look forward to answering any questions you may have at the end of this webinar around those first days of school. If we can't get you that information during this immediately at the end of this webinar, we'll certainly find a way to get that information to you in the next 24 hours so that you can have all your questions answered. So we're going to kind of take a 40,000-foot flyover of Ascension Parish school system right now and look big picture at who we are and what we're doing. We're excited about the work that we've done in our past. We're excited about our history, as I know you are too. We know our school system is a great place to go to school and a great place to work. We have been touted as an A school district for some time now, and we know that that's important to us, but we're way more than just an A. And we want to talk about some of those things as we move forward. So we want to revisit our mission, and we want to revisit our vision and our daily purpose. And we've been working together in district leadership and school building leadership to sort of develop some conversations and make sure that we all understand this mission and vision and purpose in the same sort of way. So let me start with reminding you about the mission of Ascension Parish Schools. Our mission is to provide every child with a high-quality education necessary to succeed in an ever-changing world. That has been our mission for some time now. When I was a principal at Dutchtown High School, an assistant principal at Dutchtown High School, I recall that mission. We've been stating that mission at our school board meetings for a long time now. We want to live that mission, but we want to understand that mission together. And really, if you think about that mission, being successful in an ever-changing world, it really has kind of two contexts to it. One context is, what are we doing today? And then the other context is that one day we know what we're really doing is preparing our students so that they can successfully pursue post-secondary opportunities of their choice. That is, we want to always have a post-secondary mindset going through. And, we're about to embrace our students here next week as they come for their first day of school. And we're going to have sitting in our classrooms the graduates of 2019, those students that are sort of finishing out their K-12 career and moving on to other things by this time next year. We're excited for them, and we want to give them a high-quality senior year. But we also have in our buildings those students that'll be graduating in 2033. They'll start over there at Head Start. Or we have our pre-K, we have our kindergartners. And so we've got to understand that that post-secondary mindset is going to change throughout the course of time as we prepare students both to be ready for post-secondary opportunities in the fall of 2019, and we prepare those students to be ready for post-secondary opportunities in the fall of 2033. So with that, we understand that our vision is really widespread and broad, but we also have a daily purpose. And so that really connects back to this vision that I just talked about. And that daily purpose that we have is we want to be sure that our students every day are able to, at the end of the day, say that they experienced a quality opportunity every day they attend school, that they have quality experiences that contributed to their academic development, that help them understand their interest and their talents so that they can develop skills that match that academic development. And we also want our children to develop some emotional maturity over time, because we all know that your skill set and your intelligence also requires that you partner that with emotional intelligence, that those personal dispositions around perseverance, around determination, around encouraging others, around the things that working with others. So all of those things matter as we keep a post-secondary mindset in working with our children. So we want every day to contribute to those three pieces, which is why we claim that we're way more than a letter grade. We do want our children to be good at school. Being good at school means that you are consuming and taking in that academic opportunities that you have every day around math, science, English, social studies, and all the other things that are taught in school. But that skill development piece and that emotional development piece is important too. And that's not measured in a letter grade. So we are trying to keep our mindset focused on all those things that our children need when they leave us. And as such, we have developed some priorities that include core values in Ascension Parish. We want our students and our staff, we want all of us to embrace these things that we know help us when we're working together. Those are those behaviors that we want to commit to, whether we're working with parents, whether we're working with each other, whether we're working with our students. And those behaviors are all centered around teamwork, leadership, service, and learning. We believe in each other, and we know that any success that we have is always sweeter when we can share that with each other. We also know that any failure we may experience we're more able to overcome those challenges and failures when we have each other to lean on. We know that leadership is a positive influence, and it's more than a position, it's a disposition. We want our children to leave us one day with leadership dispositions, even though they don't necessarily have a title of leadership. We know that service is huge. I mean, we're all trying to develop understanding, knowledge, things of those natures so that they become usable skills of some sort, whether it's in art or music or drafting or welding or pipe fitting or baking or whatever it may be, debate, speech, delivering, teaching, delivering information to others. Those are all skills that match your academic development. And we know that using skills to serve your community and others gives you purpose. And we want our children to see that, model for them, and we want them to embrace that as they leave us. And of course, learning is something that we all know that over time we have to always have a commitment to learning. Things change so quickly. We're learning so many new things every day, whether it's technology or anything else. As a matter of fact, we've heard it said that the success of any organization, no matter who you are, whether you're a hospital, education, plant, a business, the success of any organization is directly related to how fast that organization can learn. So we want to match all of these things together, line up this mission, this vision, this purpose, and these priorities that include our core values. And those priorities also include so many other things, the priority around a quality experience on a daily basis. We have a priority for safety. That's physical and emotional safety of our children, of each other, of our staff, of our parents. We want to recruit the best and retain the best. We want to always look toward learning and training. We want to be good stewards of the resources you provide us in our community. And there's also resources of time. We want to be good stewards of everything we're given in terms of serving our children. And we want to be good communicators, which is why we do things like this webinar. So we want to fit all of that in to this mission that we've always embraced and line it up with a vision around post-secondary mindsets and around a daily purpose around the development of our children, because what we're really pursuing here is excellence, and we do that together. Excellence, ascending together, is the brand of Ascension Parish. So as we move through this presentation, I want to just give you a snapshot, a glimpse of the things that we're doing in every area of our organization. And we're going to start with certainly what we come to work to do every day, and that is to develop our children in classrooms, which is around our instructional priorities. We want to be sure that our children are poised to enter the workplace one day, because school will one day end. And as I've already mentioned, we want to have focus areas here where our children are being developed academically, where they have opportunities to learn new skills around their talent, around their interests. We want them to also develop those emotional maturity, the dispositions. That includes leadership dispositions. And we're real proud of where we're headed here. And we know that every year we come to work with we have some affirmation from what we have accomplished the year before, and we know some things that work well with our children. And we also know every year we find new opportunities, ways we can serve better. We get data back from the state around math, science, English, and social studies. We get data with with subgroups out there, students with disabilities, economically disadvantaged subgroups. There's a list of subgroups where we get information on. We get that academic data that helps us find new opportunities, and we're also exploring ways we can get data around these skill set developments and around emotional maturity development, so that we can affirm good things that we do, and we can continue to seek new opportunities to serve both the graduates of 2019 and the graduates of 2033 and everything in between. So our instructional priorities are to always focus on those things and to develop those academic skills and those other skills that we know students will need one day to have a quality of life and be a contributor in their community. A couple of little things that we just want to applaud here is that we recently had a data release from the state, and Ascension Parish is number 2 in the state in terms of number of students that have achieved mastery or higher on state testing. 50% of our students have achieved those levels of mastery or higher. And if you include our high schools, it's 53% of our students, which we just think is phenomenal. We also know there's opportunities there, because if 53% of our students in grades 3 through high school have achieved mastery, you know that 47% haven't yet. And those are opportunities where we want to serve that group of students even better while we continue to serve those that have achieved that mastery level. We also, Ascension ranks number 1 in the state in serving students with disabilities to achieve a mastery or higher rating. And we're real proud of that. We thank our teachers. We thank all those that are involved in instruction and all those that support instruction that I'm about to go through right now. All those different areas of our organization that really make these type of results happen for us on an annual basis. The next area that I'd like to share with you here is in technology. I mean, honestly, when you compare what you provide as a community out there for us in technology, we have dedicated funds that come from millages that we dedicate directly toward our technology department. And as a result of that, we're able to be we have 20,000 devices in the hands of our students. And that's in grades 1 through 12. That is amazing. And it's not only amazing that we have 20,000 devices, what's amazing is that our staff and our technology department can service 20,000 devices, get them ready for the first day of school, and have them functioning. So your support from our community to provide those resources that we've needed to develop a strong technology department is amazing. And I want to make note of this. Technology doesn't just serve our students. Technology serves every area of our organization. And their vision is to make sure that they provide effective and efficient, useful technology to everybody in our organization, so that first that we can achieve that we have student achievement and student success, but also so that every area of our organization that depends on technology, which is everything we do, is able to achieve their vision and their goals where technology is not an obstacle for them. Then we have our child nutrition department. And you know, Our students are served breakfast and lunch, or have the opportunity to eat breakfast and lunch with us every day. And our child nutrition department is determined every day to provide nutritious, high-quality, low-cost meals to all students. And these meals are at the highest level of food preparation and customer service, so that our children see workers in the workplace pursuing excellence, providing high services to others, doing that with a smile, helping students, being a support system for them, so that when they leave us at breakfast or they leave us at lunch, they do so in good spirits, so that they're able to go back into those classrooms and their experience in the cafeterias does not become an obstacle to learning. We have 17 schools that offer free breakfast and free lunch every day using federal guidelines. Last year, our child nutrition program had 535,156 pounds of commodity goods. We offer fresh salads every day in middle school and high schools. And our students even get services from our child nutrition program and after-school tutoring with provision of healthy snacks. And this is just a handful of things that happens. Our child nutrition department, more than 3.3 million meals were served last school year. Then there's transportation. You know, transportation, sometimes they're the first adult that our students encounter every day, and they're the last adult our students encounter every day. And we want to be sure that our students are transported safely. We want to be sure that our parents absolutely have the high confidence that when they put their child on the bus, that they're going to safely make it to school and they're going to safely make it home. We want that for all of our children. So that is their vision, to provide safe and timely transportation each and every day. Also, our bus fleet, we have 280 buses, and that includes 26 for students with special needs. We have 246 full-time bus drivers. Our district employs and has a high priority to make sure that this piece of what we do every day not only is done safely, but is done so that it supports experiences that students have throughout the day. Our maintenance department is dedicated for our buildings and our grounds to not become distractions to learning. We want to ensure that facilities and buses and grounds are properly maintained to maximize safe and productive learning environments. We have 218 maintenance workers and custodians, and our maintenance department completed more than 7,000 work orders during the last school year. That averages up to one work order every 18 minutes, and that's protecting our resources. That is a commitment to stewardship, taking the buildings that we have and making sure they're well maintained. Our planning and construction department, another vital aspect of living in a community where it continues to grow and we continue to serve more and more students every day. Our planning and construction department, there's a whole section of our website that I would encourage you to visit there. But our planning and construction department right now is focused on delivering those 4 new schools that we promised. A middle school on Bluff Road, a primary school at Bullion, a primary school on Highway 73, and a primary school on Germany Road. We're scheduled for groundbreaking at Bullion Crossing here very soon, and you'll hear those other groundbreakings occur here very soon. And we're in the midst of flood recovery, but we're almost through with that. As a matter of fact, we have some ribbon cutting scheduled tonight and tomorrow at our campuses, where we'll be moving students back into their regular school building. Our planning and construction department, a vital part of who we are in Ascension Parish and a contributor to what we do with our students. Then there's our business and finance department. Obviously, again, these are vital resources for us, where we want to help you understand more about the revenue sources we have and the spending that we incur every year, how we use those resources and try to get a return on investment that's attached to what we're trying to do with our children. 78% of our annual budget is dedicated to salaries and benefits. Our business department has a AA credit rating for bond, and this is what allows us to be able to build new schools and not have to be burdened with high interest rates in the bond market. So we're able to do some things there because of this high quality business department we have. And then we have our human resources department. And human resources is vital, as that's part of where we work to recruit high-quality people and train those people to continue to pursue their careers and their services. We have a comprehensive benefit package for all of our employees, and that's due to the work of our Human Resources Department, who works all year long working with these providers out there, making sure that we have the best available plans for our employees, and that we're moving toward more technology and onboarding and with benefits, so that we can be more efficient there and not distract from the classroom environment as much. And then finally, our Public Information Department. Communication is such a vital role. As parents, you expect communication. You should be able to expect communication. You need to know who your school system is. We want you to be part of that. We are reaching out every day and trying to find new and better ways for internal and external stakeholders to receive monthly and weekly messages. These webinars like this, where we have committee meetings that are organized by our Public Information Department for our business community, where we try to share with them who their school system is. We have a parent advisory committee with representatives from each school. And the vision of our Public Information Office is to improve internal and external communication for our school district in order to strengthen these partnerships and ultimately contribute to success. Our Public Information Office has won awards, even at the national level, for their services to students. So with all of that, I just want you to all understand, again, this was a real high-level flyover of your Ascension Parish public school system. This school system belongs to you, and we want to serve you well in that. And in saying that, we have a short video we'd like to share with you that kind of puts the icing on the cake for excellence ascending together.
In Ascension Public Schools, our mission is to provide every child the high-quality education necessary to succeed in an ever-changing world, so that we can fulfill our vision of a world in which every child is prepared to successfully pursue post-graduation opportunities of their choice. To families who want proven excellence when it comes to educating their child, Ascension Public Schools offers comprehensive, innovative pre-K through 12 education with lifelong committed educators and team members who harness the latest advances in teaching and technology to provide high-quality educational experiences at every touchpoint. Because for us, it's not just about the letter grade, it's about excellence at every interaction. At the heart of this commitment are our core values of teamwork, service, leadership, and learning. And these are more than just words. They mean believing in each other, positively influencing each other, having a relentless commitment to each other, and embracing new opportunities. Our school system has achieved excellence due to the collaboration of all. Our students, teachers, staff, parents, and community work together to lift each other up in everything we do. We are your Ascension Public Schools. Excellence, ascending together.
So at this time, I'd like to turn the webinar over back to Jackie Tisdale.
Thank you so much. I want to remind our audience that you can use your question chat module to submit questions now that we have about 6 minutes to wrap up and take any questions from the audience. We do have one question, and that is, what was the process that you used in determining this new brand, this new tagline?
Well, actually, this has been a conversation that has begun really last fall, late last fall, and I may not have the accurate timeline here, but it was before Christmas, where we were beginning to start revisiting who we are in Ascension Parish. And although we're so proud of being an A school district, and we don't ever want that to go away, and we think that has its significance in terms of describing our ability to help students pursue academic development. We knew that we were way more than just a letter grade, so we wanted to start revisiting some of that. As a matter of fact, something that I've shared with a lot of folks is that I moved to Ascension Parish in 1991, and this is before letter grades even existed. But we moved here because of this school system. I was actually teaching and coaching in East Baton Rouge Parish, but we actually moved to Ascension where we intended to raise our family. Wanted to put them in this school system here. It didn't have a letter grade, but it had community support. It had high quality schools that we could be confident of. And so we started trying to develop a conversation around what were those things that we used to claim before we were an A that really make us an A, but have nothing to do with the letter grading system at the state. So we developed conversations with parents. We developed conversations with our leaders in our schools. We organized sort of task groups out there. We took this concept to our committees, Access Committee, Parent Advisory Committee, and over time, with the help of an outside source there, we developed this message that really led us to branding ourselves. And this is not a rebrand. This is a brand that Ascension is excellent, and we're going to get better. We're going to keep getting better. It's who we are.
Thank you. We have one last question. Where can we find the information that you presented? So the strategic plan, is there a place that can be found?
Yeah, that's going to be posted on our website. And we encourage all of our parents to visit our website frequently. There's always good information there. And also, be sure you do that with your schools too. I mean, visit the website of your school, because just going to the district website gives you some high-level information sometimes. But we want some details about your school. We know that our schools do a great job of providing information out there and giving access there. And of course, if you are limited in finding online sort of communication, please let us know, because we always want to be sure that you don't have an obstacle to that. So we want to communicate to you when you're unable to find information that you need to find on a website, or you don't have access that you need. We want to provide that information to you that would be similar to what you could find on our website. But we're anxious to get this strategic plan posted, and we hope that everyone enjoys reading it, but also is poised to give us some feedback over time so that we can continue to work on improvement while we affirm all the good things that we do.
Okay, we have time for a closing and a reminder for our next webinar that will be coming up on October 17th. Superintendent Alexander, do you have any closing remarks?
We just hope everybody enjoys getting ready. I mean, have fun getting ready for that first day of school. We're going to have fun getting ready for that first day of school. We've been preparing for this. That preparation began really late during the spring semester. We start thinking about the next school year around February and March every year while we close out the school year we're in. We enjoy the journey. You know, it's great to have great results that you can celebrate. Certainly sometimes things happen where results aren't what you wanted, and those are disappointments, but both of those things are temporary. What really is that we want to embrace is that we enjoy the journey with children. We enjoy our work and our role on a daily basis. We're appreciative of those good results that we get, but that's not why we come to work. We come to work to serve our community and serve the children in our community. We hope everybody has a great school year. We know that there'll be challenges out there and obstacles. There are every year. We'll work with each other to overcome those challenges and obstacles, because at the end of the year, in May, we can draw a line down the page, and the list of the good things that happened during the 18-19 school year far outweighs any of the bad. Let's all work together to make sure that we serve our children well in Ascension. Good luck.
Thank you for joining us today. Please join us on October 17th for the next webinar, which will be focusing on understanding academic measurements. This webinar and the PowerPoint slides will be available on our website, apsb.org/webinar. Have a great day.